Right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Manor Park Classics. Today we are down south and we are at formerly known as Barron's, and today's commissions and premiums are 12% plus VAT, subject to a minimum of £600 on the cars, 15% plus VAT, subject to a minimum of £300 on the bikes. We offer 1 week's free storage and we charge £10 per day thereafter. Bidders in the room, if you haven't got your paddle, please could you see the registration officer and make sure you're ready to go if you wish to bid on any of these lovely cars in today's auction. And talking about lovely cars in today's auction, we are starting off with lot number 101, 1934. It's the Armstrong Siddeley. Have a good look at this one. Believed to be only one of one as well. Have a good look at this car. It looks lovely indeed. I'm going to start off with my commission interest. I'm going to go in at 2.5. At 3,000, take 3.5 if anyone wishes to bid. At £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Go in thousands. There we go. And click it one more and then click 500 if we can. At 3,000 bid. 3.5s down here now. At 3.5. 4,000 back to me. 4.5. One more might do it. 4,250. Okay, I'm out. You're in. Gentleman's bid at £4,250. At 4,250 is the bid here. At 4,250. At 4,250 on the 1934 Armstrong Siddeley here then. At 4,250. 4.5s on the telephone. At 4,005. 4,750 gentleman's bid. At £4,750 is the bid now at 4,750. At 4,750. Take 5 if anyone wishes to come in. They're out on the telephones at 4,750. 5. New telephone bidder now at 5,000. 5.1. Gentleman's back in. Say 2. At £5,100 now. Gentleman's bid here. At 5.1. At £5,100. 5.5 even better. Thanking you on the telephone. At 5,005. At 5,005. Your turn now, sir. At 5,500. The hammer's up. Take 5.6. 5,750. 5,750. Gentleman's bid. At £5,750. It's going to sell today, so make no mistake. 6,000 is bid. Shakes the head in the room. At 6,000, 6,000. Would anyone else like to come in now? Or online, would you like to come in and play? At £6,000, we're on the telephone. Are we finished? 250 again? 6,250's just come in online, sir. Sorry about that. At 6,250. It's with you in Warwickshire now at 6,250. 6.5 back to the telephone. At 6,005. Warwickshire bidder, would you like to go again? At 6,005. At £6,500, are we finished? Are we done? At 6,500, hammers up then. At 6,005, if you're coming back in for one more, it's now or never online. I'm going to count you down. We're on the telephone at £6,500. Once. At £6,500 then, twice. Finished and done and selling away. First lot of it. Oh, just in time. 6,750 is bid. Warwickshire bidder, you nearly missed out. At 6,750. 7 back in. Telephone bidder now. At £7,000. Just need to push it on. There we go. At £7,000. With the telephone. Online, we're looking for you again. At £7,000 is the bid now at 7,000. Are we finished? Are we done? We'll count it down then at 7,000 for the first time on the telephone. For the second time, finished and done, hammering away then at £7,000. Third slot of the day, finished and done, 7,000. Telephone bid, £7,000. Just press cancel. And then just untick that. Enter floors. Yes. Right then, moving on to the next one. Lot number 102, 2002 Mini Cooper. It's the S, no reserve. We got some lovely cars at no reserve today, and this is one of them. I'm going to go straight in with my bid. 1,000, 1,500, £2,000 is the bid. We start at 2. At 2,000, 2,000. Say 5 if anyone's coming in. At £2,000 now, on the Mini here. At £2,000 is the bid. At 2,000, 2,000. Say 2.2 if you wish to come in now. At £2,000 with my commission interest at the minute. At £2,000. 2.2's bid. 2.4 back to me. At 2,004. Say 2.6 if you wish to go again online. At 2,004. At 2.4, 2.4, 2.4. Are we finished and done here? 2.6 is bid. Gentleman's bid. My commission interest is out now. Your bid, sir, at 2,006. At 2,006. Online bidder, would you like to go again? at 2,006, or anyone else in the room? Cheap little car here at £2,600. Are we finished? Are we done? Make no mistakes. We're selling to the gentleman in the room. No reserve. It must go at 2,600 once. 2,800. Would you like 3, sir? Yes? 3,000. Thank you. At £3,000. Gentleman's bid. Coming back in for the 2 again. At 3,000, 3,000. At £3,000 to the bid now at £3,000. Online, we're looking for you again. Would you like to come in for one more? At £3,000. Gentleman's bid. Are we finished? Are we done? We'll count it down. At 3,000, 3,000 once. Hammers up. We sell this time then. Finishing done twice at £3,000. Gentleman's bid at 3,000. Your bid, sir, at £3,000. What was your paddle number? 322. Thank you very much. Moving on down, we go to lot number 103. Lot number 103 is this 1976. It's the MG Midget 1500. Look at this one, only showing 67,000 miles on the clock. Where are we going to go? Start the bidding off. No interest on my book on this one. Anyone interested? Start me off at £2,000. 2,000 seems reasonable to me. 2,000 to get this one going today. Lovely little MG here. 2,000 to start. How about £1,000 to kick it off then? £1,000. Thousands bid. At 1,000 with you, sir. At £1,000. Before you online, just flip that one around. We'll go 1,500 if anyone wants to come in. Let's press on down. And then press floor priority. So at £1,000 is not you online. Say 1,500 if you're coming in. £1,000 is bid. Gentleman's bid here. 1,500 down front. At 1,500, say 2 next. At 1,500 is bid. At 1,500, 1,500. 2 if you're coming in. At 1,500 is the bid. At 1,500, 1,500. Would anyone else like to come in now? At 1,500, say 750 next. 15,750. At 1,750 bid. At 1,750, make it 2. At 1,750 is the bid now. At 1,750 and 2,000 gentlemen's back in. At £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000. Would you like to come back in for another quarter now? At 2,000 is the bid. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Are we finished and done at just £2,000? Online, are you coming in? It's now or never if you are. At £2,000 with the gentleman seated at the front. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning this time then. I'm going to count it down at £2,000 once. At £2,000 twice. Finishing done then at £2,000. That is provisionally with you, sir. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 2,000. Provisional. We'll make the call and we'll be in touch, sir. Thank you very much. Moving on to lot number 104. Lot number 104 is this 2011 Jaguar. It's probably one of my favorites in the sale. 2011 XK Auto, showing 93,000 miles on the clock with a 5-litre V8 engine. I'm going to go straight in with my commission interest at £5,000. We're a bid. At 5,000, say 500 next. At £5,000 is the bid now at 5. On the lovely Jag here at just £5,000. At 5,000, 5,000, coming in for the 5. 5, you do. 6,000 back to me. At 6,000, one more might do it in Essex if you're coming in again. At £6,000. Would anyone else like to come in for another 5? At 6,000, 6,000. Are we finished and done here at just £6,000? Go 5 if you're coming back in now. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. Take 250 if it helps anyone out then. At £6,000. With my commission interest at the minute at £6,000, take 250 if anyone else wants to come in. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning then. Online, you're thinking about it. At £6,000, all finished. At £6,000, all done then. Goes once, goes twice. Finished and done then at £6,000. And that's provisional with my commission interest there at £6,000. Provisional bid to bidder number 3011. Moving on to lots number 105. 105 in today's sale is this 2003 Mercedes E500. Have a good look at this one. Another no reserve car in today's sale. And we're straight in at £1,000 is bid. With my commission interest at the minute, say 1,500 next. At £1,000. At £1,000 is the bid now at 1,000. At 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Would anyone like 1,500? 2,000's my bid. I'll say 2,250 if you wish to go again, sir. I'll take the quarter. 2,250 is your bid. My commission interest is out now. At £2,250 with the gentleman down front. At 2,250. Are we finished and done here? At £2,250 is the bid now at 2,250. Last chance in fair warning. No reserve cut. 2 5s in, is that? 2 5. Thank you online. Berkshire bidder now at 2005. At 2005 is with you online. At 2005. At 2,500, are we finished and done then? At 2005. Would you like to go again, sir? At 2,500, the bid is against you online. Say 2.6 if it helps you out. 2.6? 2.6 is bid. Thank you, sir. At 2,600, say 2.7 now online if you're coming back in. At 2,000, 2006. At 2,600 is the bid now at 2006 with the gentleman down the front looking for you online for 2.7. At 2006, are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning this time. The hammer's up and away it goes then at 2,600 once, twice, finishing done and selling down the front at 2006. Yours again, sir. 3, 2, 1. Thank you very much. 3, 2, 1. £2,600 sold away. Moving on to lot number 106, and I'm going to hand this one over to you, Lewis.
Thank you very much, Tom. Now, I want to paint you a little picture. It's 1970, and you're having a look up and down your lovely suburban home. Everyone's got Austins or maybe a couple of Fords in there. And instead, your dad rocks home in a lovely space-age white Toyota Crown. Now, the Toyota Crown, originally branded as the Toyo Pet, I believe, was Toyota's kind of top luxury car, especially for government officials. You know, your ministers, your people of importance, they'd be the ones that are rocking around in these. And they were a rare sight in Britain, and an even rarer sight now. Obviously, a lot of them succumbed to the usual kind of Japanese fates that a lot of them came to where they rusted away. But this one is in extraordinarily good condition. I'd bear in mind a slight kind of dent in the front and a crack on the dash. But otherwise, finding one that hasn't been eaten like this is exceedingly rare. And not alone in that, this one is probably one of the most desirable ones that you'd want. It's got a lovely 2.6-litre inline-six engine and the 4-speed manual gearbox. This one, it's freshly imported. Well, let's say fresh. The last couple of months it was imported. It originally came to Europe from South Africa, and then it came over to the UK. It's got an MOT until July of 2026. And overall, it's just an absolutely very nice, very polished car. Runs very nicely. The leather interior is lovely. All the intricate kind of little details that you'd expect from something that's supposed to be a kind of luxury flagship product. Again, there's little space-age features, the lines around the front, it flows beautifully. And this generation of Japanese cars are very much on trend and desirable at the moment. So of an estimate of £10,000 to £11,000, I think this is something that is only going to get more desirable in the future. I mean, the age-old thing comes along. Find another one. But just before I hand back to you, Tom, as well, just want to point out, this one has had some work done to it as well. It's had overhauled brakes, new condenser and points to make it running as it should. And again, personally, I very much have a soft spot for these angular Japanese cars with lovely little features that just look the business. But what's it worth, Tom? I'll hand back to you.
I think it looks great indeed there, Lewis, and thank you for that. Let's find out what it's worth straight in. Several commission bids on this one. Going to go 5, 5.5, £6,000 we start. At £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000, say 5 if you're coming in. At £6,000 is the bid now at 6. At 6,000, 6,000, say 5 for one more. At £6,000 is the bid now at 6,000. Coming in, 6.5 is bid now with you. £7,000 back to me though. At £7,000. Online, would you like to go 5 again? At 7,000, 7,000. At £7,000 is the bid now at 7,000. Would anyone else like to come in here? Toyota Crown at £7,000 we are bid. At 7,000, 7,000. Take the quarters if it helps you out now. At 7,000, 7,000. Are we finished and done then? At just £7,000? Are we sure? At 7,000, 7,000. Take 250 if it helps anyone out. At £7,000. The last chance in fair warning this time then on the book with me at £7,000 once. At 7,000, 7,000. 7,250 is that. No, £7,000 is the bid. Still with my commission interest. At £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000. Say 250 one more. At 7,000, 7,000. Finished and done then. The last chance in fair warning. We're going to count it down at £7,000 once. At £7,000 twice. Finished and done then at £7,000. Provisionally with my commission interest there. At £7,000, and we will see what we can do for you, and we'll be in touch. Thank you to whoever left that bid. Moving down the list we go. Lot number 107 is this lovely looking MGA Roadster 1957 California car. Have a good look at this one. Imagine cruising around in the summer in this one. It looks great indeed, and lots of interest on my book. So we'll start with you online. You're in at 2. I'm going to go 4, 6, 6, 5, 7, £7,500 we start, and we're straight in the market now at 7,500. 8 if you're coming in. At 7,500 is the bid. At 7,000, 7,005. Take 8 if anyone wishes to come in here. Lovely looking MGA Roadster this is. 8,000. 8 5s back to me. At 8,005. Would you like to go 9, sir? At 8,500 is the bid now at 8,005. I'll take the 750 if it helps you out. 8,750. 9,000. We'll stay in the quarters. One more 9,250. At £9,000. Commission interest here at £9,000 we are bid. At 9,000, 9,000. At £9,000. Would you like to go again? At 9,000. 9,250. I'll go 9,500, but I'll say 9,600 to help you out. 9,600. I'm out, you're in. Thank you very much, sir. At 9,006. Take 9,700 if anyone else wishes to bid. Gentleman's bid down the front at £9,600. At 9,006, it's in the market. It's going to go today. Say 9,700 if anyone else wishes to bid now. At 9,006. Are we finished and done here then? At 9,600, the hammer's up. 9,700 online bidder in London, sneaking in under the wire there. At 9,700, your bid in London. At 9,007. At £9,700 is the bid now at 9,007. 9,800, 9,800 bid. Gentleman's back in at 9,800. Don't leave it this long online this time in London. At 9,008. At 9,800, are we finished and done? We'll sell to the gentleman in the room. We've got to be fair. 9,900 is bid. Your next bid's 10,000. We're trying, sir. At 9,009. They're keen online. At 9,009. Do you want to round it up to me for 10,000? It might scare them off. You never know. 10,000's bid. Thank you very much. At 10,000, say 10,250 next if we can. At 10,000, coming in for the quarter online. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10,000. At 10,000 with the gentleman seated down here at £10,000. Last chance. 10,250's bid. I need to see 10,500 next really if we can. At £10,250 is the bid. At 10,250. The bid is in London. It's with you online. At £10,250 we're bid. At 10,250. Having a good conversation about it. At 10,250. Shakes the head. Are you sure? At 10,000, 10,500. Someone else in Nottingham thinks so. Not surprised. It looks great indeed. At 10,500. At £10,500 we're bid. It's going to sell, so make no mistake when bidding. At 10,500. At 10,000, 10,500. Last chance online. Bid now or forever hold your peace at 10,500 once, twice, and selling now at £10,500. Sure? So 10,750, yeah? 10,750, gentleman's back in. At £10,750 is the bid. Everyone knows what a good car this is, and I'm not surprised. Online, it needs to be 11,000 if you're coming back in. At 10,750, we're going to count it down. Once. At 10,750. Twice. Finished and done. It's hammer time at £10,750. Sold with you, sir. Thank you very much. 10,750. And what was your panel number? 320. Thanking you very much indeed. Moving on to lot number 108. Look at this one. Let's go pre-war here. 1928, the Humber 1440 Tourer. This one looks great indeed. Bit of history here. Where are we going to go? Start me off on this one. Who's got £5,000 to start? Anyone interested here on the Humber for £5,000 to kick it off today? I'll go in with my interest then at just 3,000's bid. At £3,000 on the Humber here. At 3,000, 3,000, say 500 next. At £3,000 is the bid now at 3, coming in for the 5. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. 3,500 is bid with you online. My interest is out already at just 3,005. Say 4 if anyone else wants to bid now. At 3,500 we're bid. At 3,000, 3,005. At 3,500 a bid now. 3,005 is bid with the online bidder at the minute. It's with you in the West Midlands. Would anyone else like to go for? At 3,005. At 3,000, 3,500. If we're finished and done, we will submit the bid. So make no mistake here. At 3,500 once. At 3,500 twice. Last chance, fair warning, 3,500. With you online in the West Midlands at 3,500. It is a telephone call. We are a little way off, but we will see what we can do for you. And you are bidder number 19176. Thank you very much. What was that for? Yeah. And then provisional, yeah? Right then, moving down the list we go to lot number 109. Rolls-Royce 1972. It's the Silver Shadow here. Luxury, timeless classic indeed. Luxury for such little these days as well. Looking at my commission interest, I'm going to go 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, £4,000 we start. At £4,000 now. At 4,000 is the bid. Say 4,500 if you're coming in. At £4,000 for a Rolls-Royce at just 4,000, 4,000. At £4,000, 4,500, 4,250. 4,250's bid. 4,500 with me. Go 4,750 if you want to go again. At 4,005. At 4,500 is bid. 4,750. 5,000 thanking you. 5,000. Say 250 again. At 5,000, 5,000. On the Rolls-Royce here now. Say 250 one more. At £5,000 is the bid. Would you like to come in online? You're thinking about it now. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Last chance in fair warning this time and away. At £5,000, it goes once. At £5,000 twice. Finishing done then at £5,000. That is provisionally there with me at £5,000. We will make the phone call there at £5,000. And that is 23011. Moving on to lot number 110, the first motorbike in today's sale. I believe we've only got a couple, but what a great bike this is. It's the Suzuki GT750K. Have a good look here. Going to go straight in with my commission interest at £3,000. At 3,000. Go 3,500 if you wish to bid. At £3,000 is the bid now at 3. Coming in for the 5. On the nice little GT750, 3,500. 4,000 back to me. £4,000. One more might do it online. At 4,000, 4,000. At £4,000 is the bid now at 4. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Coming back in one more 5. At £4,000, are we finished and done? Would you like to go again or anywhere else in the room? If you're coming in, it's now or never. At £4,000. Say 250, one more then. Coming in for the quarter if it helps you out. At 4,000, 4,000. At £4,000 is the bid now at 4. Take 250 if anyone else wishes to bid. It's your last chance for 250. My commission interest is out. It's with you in East Sussex now. At 4,250. Thanking you online. Your bid. At £4,250 is the bid now at 4,250. At 4,250. Would anyone else like to go 4,500 on this one? At 4,250, then it goes once. It goes twice. It's finished and done at £4,250. 4,500. Oh, I think just press back. I think a bid coming then. Online, someone just bid 4,500. Take 250 again. Would you like to come back in? The bid did come in. I did see the screen flash. So if you were the bidder at 4,500, I'm leaving it open at the minute. But it's going to close slowly. At 4,250, we're still in East Sussex. Someone tried to bid as I was closing. Once, giving you a second chance. Twice. Finishing done then at £4,250. There we go. We'll submit that bid. 4,250. 18354. 18354. £4,250. Provisional bid. Moving on to lot number 111. Another one of my favourites in the sale is this 1995 Aston Martin DB7. Have a good look at this one, ladies and gentlemen. It's being offered with no reserve again. And I'm going to go straight in at £1,000 bid. Say 1,500 next. £1,000 is bid. 3,000? You sure? Three's bid, £3,000. £3,000 is bid now 3. At 3,000, 3,000. At 3,000, we'll take the 250s now. Gentleman's bid here at £3,000. Make no mistake when bidding. 250s bid. At 3,250, 3,500, 3,500, 3,750, 4,000, 4,000, 4,250, 4,250, 4,500, Gentleman's bid at 4,500 is against you. Seated here at 4,005. At 4,000, 4,005. Little money for an Aston Martin there. At £4,500. Gentleman's bid seated. Online, would you like to go again? It's your turn. At 4,005. At 4,000, 4,500 is the bid now. 4,005. Hammers up, we're selling. At 4,500 once. 4,750? 4,750 is back in. At £4,750 the bid. Would you like to go 5, sir? At 4,750, we're left-handed.
No, you find it.
I'll tell you what, I'll go 4,900 and I'll take 5,000 if you want to come back in. 4,900 were bid. Sorry, Molly, made that a bit confusing for you. Just go one more 50. 4,900's gentleman's bid here. Say 5,000 anywhere else. At 4,009. At 4,000, 4,900, I'm going to count it down with the gentleman seated once, twice. Hammers up and away it goes then at £4,900. Sold your way, 318. Thank you very much, 318. We are on lot 113, the 2015 Jaguar. The bidding is currently at £10,000. Say 250 if anyone wishes to come in. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 we're bid. We'll count it down and get it gone then at 10,000 once. At 10,000 twice, and it sells with the online bidder this time at £10,000. Sold at 10,000 to bidder number 4270. Thank you very much online at £10,000 and many apologies for the delay. Lot number 114 is the 2007. It's the Citroen C4, the Loeb edition here. Again, another car in today's auction with no reserve. I'm going to start off at my little bid of just £300. At 300's bid. Say 4 if you're coming in. At £300 is the bid. At 300 bid. 400 now. With you, welcome in the USA and California. £400 is your bid. At £400. At 400. It's off to the States at the minute at just £400. 5. Gentleman's bid in the middle of the room. I see you, sir. At £500 your bid. At 500. At £500 is the bid now at 5. Would anyone else like to go 6? £600. You're back in now. New bidder. At 600 against you with the online bid. At 600. Would anyone like to go 7? At £600 is the bid at the minute. At 600. Are we finishing done? No reserve. It must be sold today. So make no mistake on this one at just £600. At 600. We'll count it down then. Once. Twice. Finishing done with the online bidder at £600. Sold at 600. 13991. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 115 is the 1968. It's this lovely little Morris Minor there. It's the Morris Minor 1000. Practical 4-door as well. Displaying 61,000 miles on the clock. Going to go straight in with my commission interest at £2,000. At £2,000 is the bid. We'll go in quarters on this one. At £2,000, 250 if you wish to come in. Lovely little Morris Minor here. At just £2,000. At 2,000. At £2,000 we're bid. Coming in for the quarter. 2,250. 2,500 back to me. At 2,005, say 750 next. At 2,005. At 2,000, 2,500 is the bid. 2,750. That's my interest out. You're in online now. At £2,750 is bid. Say 3 if you're coming in. At £2,750, we're bid with you online. At 2,750. At 2,000, 2,750 is the bid at the minute. At 2,750. Anyone else like to come back into 3? At £2,750 is bid. 3,000. Thank you. At £3,000. Say 250 again. At 3,000. At £3,000 the bid now at 3,000. Would anyone else like to go again? At £3,000. Are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance in fair warning then at 3. At 3,000 once. At 3,000 twice. Finishing done then at £3,000. We'll submit the bid. We'll see what we can do for you there at £3,000 provisional. Right, moving on to lot 116, another lovely MG in today's sale. This one is the MGC GT, 1969 MG. Lovely looking thing in the red again, 23,000 miles on the clock, only 3 owners from new as well. I'm going to go straight in with my commission interest at 5, 5.5, 6, £6,500 we start. Say 7,000 next. At 6,005. At 6,000, £6,500 we're bid at the minute at 6,005. 7,000's bid. 7,500 back to me. That was very local to me then. Bidder there at 7,005. Around the corner at 7,005. 8,000 if you're coming in. Somerset bidder, would you like to go again? At 7,005. 8,000 bid. Thanking you. Back in with you in Somerset at £8,000. My interest is out now. The bid is here online. With you at £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000 is the bid now at 8. Say 5 if anyone else wishes to come in. Lovely MG here at just £8,000. Would you like to go 5 for anyone in the room or online? If you're coming in, it's now or never. At £8,000, we'll count it down then with the online bidder here at £8,000. I'll take £250 if anyone else wants to come in now. We'll take the quarter. We shouldn't need to. At £8,000 is the bid online once. Twice. Finishing done then at £8,000. That is provisionally at 8,000, 3,284. Thank you very much. 3,284. Provisional bid there at £8,000. Moving on to lot number 117 here. I believe we got a telephone on this one as well. It is the 1965. It's the Reliant Scimitar. It's the SE4 2.6 straight 6 engine model as well. Looks great in that bluey color there. Where we're going to go, have a good look. Look at that one there with the bonnet popped over there. Start me off in and 4,500 pounds. We start 5,000. I need to see 5,250 next if we can. At £5,000 is the bid. Would you like to come in for the quarter? At 5,000, 5,250, 5,500 back to me. At 5,005, say 750 next. At 5,500 we're bid. 5,750. You're in again in Somerset. My commission interest is out now at £5,750 with the online bid. At 5,750, take it to 6. 6,000 telephone bidder. We're in the market from this point at 6,000 on the phone. At £6,000, it's gonna sell today, so make no mistake now. At £6,000, 6,250 is back in. At £6,250, we're bid. 6,500, £6,500 on the telephone now at 6,005. At 6,500, 6,500, 6,500. Somerset bidder, you going again? It's your turn if you are. At 6,005. At 6,750 is bid. Against you on the phones. At 6,750 with the online bid. 7? 7's bid, thanking you. At £7,000, telephones are back in. At 7,000. Would you like to go again? At £7,000 with the telephone bidder now. At £7,000 online. It's your turn if you're coming back in. At 7,000, 7,000 then once. With the telephone bidder now. Twice. And selling this time and away it goes on the telephone at £7,000. Sold at 7,000. Thought someone was late bidding then, but it was just a wave. Dangerous game. There we go. Moving on to lot number 118. 2014 is the year. I absolutely love this thing, and I'm going to hand it over to Lewis to tell you all about it.
Thank you very much, Tom. And let's not mince words here. Colin Chapman was undoubtedly a genius. I mean, this silhouette, we all recognize it, whether it's for its Lotus guys or for the later Caterham guys. This is an instantly recognizable car. This is a replica based on the iconic Lotus 6, and that and its evolution, Mark 7, have endured for over 70 years, and there's a good reason why. With its space frame, light chassis, this is an incredibly light car, so responsive and great to drive. And again, so interchangeable as well. It was so easy to put different engines, different gearboxes into these. You could configure them to whatever you want. And whether you got them through parts kits or whether you later got them factory built, you could have exactly the package you wanted to enjoy a day on the track. Now, this one in particular is a Tiger replica. Tiger were founded in 1998, and they factory built cars. This one was factory built in 2014. It's in lovely condition, runs and drives like a dream. It's passed every MOT on its digital record without any advisories. And the engine number suggests that this is an Austin 1098 block with twin carburetors. It's got electronic ignition, adjustable coilovers, refurbished wire wheels. But to be fair, the most distinct thing about this is the look. Again, you can get the more modern kind of K-trims, but this looks the part, the lovely white body with the black nose cone, all the lovely kind of racing stickers on the inside, leather seats. It's lightweight, it's fun, but it also looks the part of a classic gentleman racer. And I think for that reason, it's a very appealing one to be able to take out as we start to edge out of this cold weather. But as always, the proof is in the pudding. And to present said pudding, I think I'll hand back over to you, Tom, if you're ready.
Right then, let's find out. What's it worth? Let's go. I'm straight in. Commission interest at £5,500, £6,000. We start with me on the book here at £6,000. The Lotus Evocation, the race car here at £6,000. Say 6,500 if you're coming in. At £6,000 is the bid now at 6,000 with my commission interest here. At 6,000, 6,000. Track ready for the summer as well at just £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000. Say 5 if you're coming in. At £6,000 is the bid now at 6,000. Say 5 for one more. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,500's bid. Welcome back there. At 6,005, the bid's online now. My commission interest is out. It's with you, online bidder. At £6,500, we are bid. At 6,005. At 6,000, £6,500 is the bid. Say 7 if anyone else wishes to join in. At 6,005. Fun little car this is at just £6,500. We'll take the quarters now at 6,005. At £6,500 is the bid now at 6,005. It's with the online bidder, so make no mistake. At 6,005, we'll make the phone call. At 6,000, 6,005. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning this time, and away it goes then at 6,500 once. 6,500 twice. Finishing done then, we'll submit the bid online at 6,500. Provisionally with you online at £6,500. That is a provisional bid. Moving on to lot number 119, 2004 in the year. It's the BMW 318 SE as well. Automatic, no reserve again. Another lovely little no reserve car this is. Nothing on my book, unfortunately. So who's got £500 to start me off? £500 surely. BMW convertible, no reserve, £500 to kick it off today. Thought everyone would have their hands up. How about £250 then? 250's bid. Gentleman's bid at 250. At 250, before you online, seated at the front. 250's bid with the gentleman, not you online. 250 online, I need to see 5 if you're coming in. At £250 is bid. At £250 is the bid now at 250. Gentleman at the front at £250 of the bid. At 250, 250, 250. Are we finished and done? 5? 5's bid. 3? 300 behind you. Okay, making me work for it today. Say 4, sir. At £300 is the bid now at 3. At 300, 300. We're having a think. At £300 is the bid. Would anyone else like to come in? 350? 350. 350's bid. 4? 400, thank you. At £400 is the bid now at 4. Say 50 again. At 400, 400. It's gonna go. At £400 is the bid. Would you like to go 50 one more? Your bid at 400. 450's online. 5? 500. Shakes the head. On the table now at 500. This is a bargain, isn't it? At 500 with the gentleman down the front. Online, would you like to go 50? At 500, 500. Are we finished? Are we done? We'll count it down then. Last chance in fair warning. It goes once. At 500 twice. At 550 down front. 550's back in. Would you like 6, sir? 600's bid behind you now. At £600, it's against you, sir. At 600, just further back. At £600 is the bid now at 6. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance, fair warning. I'm going to count it down. At 600 once, twice, finished and done with you. Seated at the back there at £600. Sold at 600, 320. Thank you. 320, £600. Sold away. Moving on down, we go to lot number 120 next. Is this 1999 Subaru Impreza. It's the Turbo 2000 all-wheel drive as well. Look at this. Love this car as well. We've got a few Japanese cars in today. This is a powerful one. Rally Championship champions as well. And we're going to go in straight away at £2,500, £3,000 we start. Say 3,500 next. At £3,000 on the Subaru here. At 3,500 if you're coming in. At £3,000 is the bid. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. At £3,000 we're bid now at 3. Would anyone like to come in here at just £3,000? Is on the book with me. At £3,000 is bid. Take 250 if it helps you out. 3,250, sir? 3,250's bid. My commission's out, you're in. At 3,250 with the gentleman at the back. Say 3,500 if anyone else wishes to join in. At 3,250 is the bid. At 3,250, 3,250. At 3,250, last chance in fair warning. This is a bargain. At 3,250, make no mistake. Go once, go twice. Finished and done online. You're thinking about it. It's now or never. At 3,250, gentleman's bid at 3,250. Provisionally with you, sir, at £3,250. What was your paddle number? 316. Thank you. Right, so then moving on to lot number 121. 1974. It's the Jensen Interceptor there. It's the Interceptor 3 as well, a mechanically refreshed Mark III Interceptor. It looks great indeed, and I'm going to not mess around. I'm going to go 6, 7, 8, 9, £10,000 we start. Say 11 next. On the Jensen here at just £10,000. At 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 we're bid at the minute at £10,000. Say 11 if you're coming in. At £10,000 is the bid here on the Interceptor 3. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10. At just 10,000, 11's bid. 11, 12. Say 12.5 if you're coming back in, sir. One more might do it. At £12,000. At 12,000, 12,000. One more 5. At £12,000 is the bid here at 12. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. You're thinking about it now online. At £12,000. At £12,000, are we finished? Are we done? Last chance, fair warning. Finishing done then on the Jensen Interceptor here at just 12,000. Go once, twice, finishing done at 12,000. Provisionally at 12,000. That is your bid there. 3011, £12,000 provisionally with you. Moving on to lot number 122. And I absolutely love these. It's the 1957 Mark 1 or Series 1 Land Rover. Look how great that one looks. Look at the roof on it. Absolute beautiful piece of machinery, and it can go anywhere. Starting off at 5, 6, £7,000. At 7,000 we start. At £7,000. Mark 1 Land Rover here, or Series 1 Land Rover at £7,000. Say 5, 7, 5, 8,000. 8,000's bid. Say 5 again. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. 8, 5, 9. 9's bid. 9, 5, and 10. £10,000. At 10,005 if you're coming back in now. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At 10,000 with my commission interest here at just £10,000. Say 5 again if you're coming in. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance in fair warning, this time and away, at £10,000 with my commission interest here. Goes once, twice, finished and done at £10,000. That's provisionally there at £10,000, and that is the same bidder as the last one. Thank you very much if you left those bids. Moving on to lot number 123 is up next. Lot number 123 is this 1926. It's this Sunbeam 20/60, genuine 1920s Tourer. Looks great there in the red and black, and I'm going to go straight in at £7,000 again. At 7,000 we start. At £7,000 is the bid now at 7. Say 5 if you're coming in. At 7,000, 7,000. At £7,000, the bid now at £7,000. Are we finishing done here at 7? At 7,000, 7,000, 7,500. 7,500's bid. 8,000 back to me. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Say 5 again. 8,500. 9,000 back to me. Can I go 10, sir? 10. I'm going to have to go 11. I'll take 500, one more. 11,500's your bid. My commission interest is out. At 11,500, gentleman's bid. Thank you very much. At 11,500. 12,000 if anyone else wishes to come in now. At 11,500. At 11,000, 11,500. Finishing done then. We'll submit the bid. Gentleman's bid down here at 11,500 once. At 11,500 twice. Finishing done at 11,500. With you, sir. 323. 323. Provisional bid. £11,500. We'll make that phone call and we will be in touch. Moving on to lot number 124, 2017. And I love a Camaro. What do you think, Lewis?
Thank you, Tom. I do as well. Now, you may have noticed the slight change in the tyre. And I've got to embrace, when you're talking about a Camaro, embrace you're in a bad boy. And this is a mean SOB. We're not talking about a little kind of V6 tucked under a muscle car shell. This is a proper 6.2 litre LT1 V8 with a 7-speed manual gearbox. It is very much the muscle car that you want. When these were new, it was described by Moto Trend as their car of the year. And this one as well, it may be left-hand drive, but it was supplied new to the UK, so it's remained here for its entire life. It's got a great service history with it. And also, what makes this one extra special is that it's the 50th anniversary edition. So you get the lovely badging, the stitching on the leather, little kind of bits and bobs across. You got a lovely front splitter, and it looks clean and mean entirely. This one, it's got 2 former keepers, that extensive service history. It presents beautifully overall. And the thing to bear in mind when you're looking at that price is that if you were to get the newest Camaro that you can today, it would look, I'd say exactly like this, but it actually wouldn't look as good as this because you wouldn't be the 50th anniversary edition. It is amazingly powerful. The top speed of this thing, 198 miles an hour, which for something that, you know, has the aerodynamic qualities of a brick, it takes a lot of power to get it that far and that fast. It is a brilliant place to be, loaded with features. It's got all the power, all the presence, all that theatrics of a classic muscle car with all the comfort that you'd expect from a more modern car. It is brilliant. And I wish I could do donuts in the car park and take it home myself, but I've been told very much I'm not allowed to do that. So to find out who else can have the opportunity, I'll have to hand back to Tom.
Right then, whilst you've been talking there, Lewis, bidding's been going crazy. We went 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with the online bids. I'm going 16, 17, 18. I need to see 19 next. At £18,000 with my commission interest here. At 18,000, 18,000. At £18,000 is the bid now at 18. At 18,000, 18,000. 19, 20, £20,000 now with my commission interest bidder here. At 20,000, 20,000. Say one if you're coming back in. On the Camaro here at £20,000. At 20,000, 20,000 with my commission bidder at the minute at £20,000. At 20,000, 20,000 coming back in for the one. At £20,000 is the bid. At 20,000, 20,000. Are we finished and done here at just £20,000? At 20,000 is the bid then. At £20,000, would you like to come back in for one more online? At £20,000, the bid is against you at 20,000. At 20,000, 20,000. Are we finished and done then? It's your last chance in fair warning then. The commission interest here at £20,000. Go once. At £20,000 twice. Finished and done. I'll tell you what, I'll take 20,500 if they want to come back in. I can see they're thinking about it. Would you like the half online? I can't do you any more of a favor than that. At 20,000 once. At 20,000 twice. Finishing done then at £20,000 with my commission interest here at 20,000. We'll see what we can do for you. If you left that bid online at £20,000, it's bidder number 3114, and we will see what we can do for you. And if I hand that one over. Moving down, we go to lot number 125, another lovely MG. It's the MGB this time. No reserve barn find, 1966, 1967. MGB there, no reserve. And we're straight in with you online, 5, 6. I'm going to have to go 700 with me. At 700, would anyone like 8? 800's bid. 900 with me. £900. At 900, 1,000's bid. I'm going to go 1,200 with me, and I'd like to see 14 at £1,200. At 1,200, 1,200. At £1,200, 14's bid down front. I'm going to have to go 15 with me. I'll take 16 next. 16, I'm out. You're in. Thank you, sir. At 1,600, gentleman's bid. We'll see 18 next. At 1,600 is the bid. At 1,600, 1,600, gentleman seated at the front. 18 just behind. 2,000. At £2,000, bar and find here. At 2,000, 2,000. Would you like 2,2, sir? At £2,000, seated at the front, 2,2 further back. At 2,002, 2,4, back in straight away. At 2,004, shakes the head at the back. Online, would you like to go 2,6 or anyone else in the room? At £2,400 with the gentleman seated at the front, then at 2,4. At 2,000, 2,004, are we finished and done? At £2,400 then, last chance. At 2,000. 2.5. 2.5's telephone sneaking in. Would you like 2.6, sir? 2.6 is back in. At 2006. 2.7. 2.7 against you now. On the telephone at 2007. 2.8. Gentleman's back in. At £2,800 we are bid. 2.9. Shakes the head with you on the telephone at 2009. At 2,000, 2,900 we're bid. Would anyone like to go 3? Are we finished and done here? At 2,000, 2,900, your bid on the telephone at 2,900 once. At 2,900 twice. 3 bid. Thank you, sir. Good man. At 3,000, sorry, online. Gentlemen, sneak back in first. We had an online bid then as well. Somerset bidder, would you like 3-1 or on the telephones? 3-1. Telephone says yes, please. At 3,001. At 3,000, 3,001. The room bid is out now. Online, would you like to go 3-2? Or anyone else? Coming in for one more. At 3,100, telephone bid. We'll count it down then. Online, make it nice and quick if you're coming in. At 3,100 once, twice, and selling at £3,100. Yours on the phone, 3,001. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 126, 1991 in the year. It's the Ford US Ranger XLT 2.3 US market, 90s American pickup truck here then. Where are we going to go? Several bids with me. Going to go straight in at 1, 2, and 3,000 we start. At £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. Say 3,500 next if you're coming in. At £3,000 is the bid. Nice little pickup this. At £3,000, US Ranger here at just 3,000 with my commission interest now. At 3,000, 3,000, would anyone like to come in for 5? At £3,000. 3,500? Thank you, sir. At 3,005, my interest is out. At £3,500 with the gentleman here at 3,005. Take 4 next. At 3,500 is the bid. At 3,000, 3,500 pounds, gentleman's bid now at 3,005. At 3,000, 3,500 is bid. Would you like to come in for 4? Last chance in fair warning if you do. At 3,500 once. Twice. Finishing done at 3,500. It will be a phone call, sir, but can I just have your paddle number? Is it 326? Thank you. 326, 3,500, provisional bid. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 127. Another no reserve, beautiful car, and it's this 2007 Alfa Romeo Spider. Oh, lovely classic open top Alfa. Where are we going to go? Going to go straight in at £500. 500's bid. Say 6 now. 600, 7, £700. 800 bid. 800, 9. £900 now. Say 1,000 if you're coming in. At 900 a bid. 1,000's bid. £1,000. At 1,000, 1,000. Say 1,100 if you're coming in for one more. 1,100. My commission interest is out now, sir. Is your bid at £1,100? No. Gentleman was in before you. 12. Before you again. 1,200. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. At 1,700, your bid. At 1,700, 1,700. 18's in online. Somerset bidder. 19. I've seen it here first. Would you go 2, sir? 2,000's bid. 2-1. At 2,001, 2-2. 2-3. 2-4. 2-5. 2-6. 2-7. 2-8. 2-9. 3,000. Can I say 3-2? 3-2. 3-4? At 3,200, gentleman's bid here. At 3,000, 3,002. 3-4 if you're coming in. At 3,000, 3,002. 3-3? Come this far, sir. 3-3. 3-4. Trying. At 3,004. Gentleman's bid here at £3,400. 3-5, was that you in online? Just press undo one, Molly. I think there was a bid there then. 3-4's here. At 3,004. If you bid 3-5 online, do it again. Thank you. 3-5, you're in. 3-6. 3-7. 3-8. At 3,009. It's in about 3 places at the minute. At 3,900. 4's bid. At £4,000. We'll stay in the hundreds. 4-1. 4-2. Shakes the head. At 4,002. We look for you now online. At 4,002, gentleman's bid seated at £4,200. I'll tell you what, I'll put the hammer up at 4,002. 4-3 back in. Shakes head this way this time. Your bid at the minute at 4,003. Would anyone else like to come in for one more? At £4,300, we are bid. At 4,300 with you, sir. At 4,003, once, twice, finishing done and selling. Sold. 332. Thank you. 332. £4,300 sold away. Thank you very much. Moving on to lot number 128, 2007 in the year is the Jaguar XKR. Another lovely Jag. 4.2 auto. XKR with great history as well. I'm going to go straight in at £5,000. 5.5's next. At £5,000 we're bid. At 5,000, 5,000 on the Jag here. At £5,000, would you like 5.5? At £5,000 is the bid at the minute. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. 5.5. 6,000 back to me. Say one more. At £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. At £6,000 is the bid. Say 250 if it helps anyone out with my commission interest at the minute. At £6,000. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000, 6,250. You're in and I'm out. Thank you very much, Somerset. At 6,250 is the bid. At 6,250, 6.5 if anyone else wishes to join in now. At 6,250, the bid is online. At 6,250, are we finished? Are we done? At £6,250. With you in Somerset, once. At £6,250 twice. Finishing done at £6,250 and 5 sneaking in at 6,005. Thank you online. At 6,005, we're up in Cheshire. It's your bid now. At £6,500 is the bid. Say 750, one more. At 6,000, 6,005. At 6,500, are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance in fair warning. Somerset, would you like to go in again for one more? Yes, please, they say. Thank you very much. It's your bid now at 6,750. Next bid 7 if you're coming back in Cheshire. At 6,750 is the bid. At 6,750, 6,750. At 6,750 and 7's bid. At £7,000, thanking you. You're back in now. At 7,000, we look to the Somerset bidder for one more. At £7,000 is the bid. At 7,000, 7,000. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning. Somerset bidder, would you like to go again? At £7,000. Once. At 7,000, 7,000. Twice. Finishing done then with the online bid. This time in away at £7,000. That's your bid provisionally online at £7,000. Right, moving on to lot number 129 next is this 1988. It's the Daimler 3.6 Auto. And again, no reserve. Have a good look, ladies and gentlemen. Daimler 3.6, no reserve. Where are we up to with this one? Start me off, nothing on my book. Who's got £1,000 to start, surely? Daimler there, £1,000. Anyone interested to kick it off? £1,000. How about £500 to start then, surely? £500 to go. Anyone interested for 5? Daimler here. Thank you very much online. West Midlands bidder, you're in. At 5, we'll go in hundreds. If you make it nice and quick, we're at £500, take 6 next. At £500 with the online bid. 6 is bid. Thank you there. In Guernsey now at £600 is with you. At 600, 600. At £600 with the bidder in Guernsey now. At £600, say 7 if anyone else wishes to bid. At 600, 600. At £600, are we finishing done? Are you sure? At just 600 is bid. At 600, 600, would anyone else like to have a go? At just 600 once. With the Guernsey bidder now at £600 twice. Finishing done then at £600. Make no mistake, at 600, hammer is up and selling at £600. Sold at 600, 1, 4, 8, 2, 0. £600. Thank you very much. Moving on to lot number 130, 1953. It's the Bentley R-Type. And what can you tell us about this one, Lewis?
Thank you very much, Tom. Well, the Bentley R-Type, an unmistakable evolution of the Bentley Mark VI, revealed at the Earls Court Motor Show in 1952. And it is a gorgeous looking thing. It shares a lot of the design elements with the Mark VI. It's just kind of got a bit of a larger boot. But one thing I do want to point out is if you ever wonder why they call it the Flying Bee, in the 1950s, they took one of these out for a test, and a lot of metal here quite a while ago, and they got it to 101 miles an hour, which I think is a breathtaking speed to take what is basically a luxury parlor to. But this one in particular, 77,000 miles. It's got a bit of an interesting story because the gentleman who had it obviously With the white on black, it looks absolutely brilliant, matched with that lovely cream interior. Ideal kind of thing for a wedding car, you might say. So the gentleman had it, sold it to a wedding company, and missed it so much that he had to have it back. And again, I do not blame it. It is a lovely car. 4.6 litre straight six. And again, demonstrated the speeds that it can take it to. 77,000 miles, obviously MOT exempt. And overall, presenting very nicely. There's a couple of tiny little spots, but for a car this age, you'd expect it to be a lot worse. Driving along very nicely. Peak kind of sophistication, and very important distinguishing fact about these. This is actually the last Bentley that was offered with a manual gearbox to this day. All the rest have been automatics ever since. So if you want to preserve the kind of Bentley Mark, but traditional manual driving experience, this is the one for you. With an estimate of £8,000 to £10,000, I think it's going to garner a lot of interest. But again, we'll see what my thoughts are worth, and I'll hand back to you, Tom.
Right then, let's find out what it's worth. The 1953 Bentley R-Type. Where are we going to go? In with my commission interest, 2, 2.5, 3, 3,005, 4,000, 4,5, 5,000, 5,5, 6,000, 6,5. One more, so £7,000. Thank you. My interest is out now. Gentleman's bid at £7,000. 7,5. At 7,005. At 7,5. 7,750? 7,750, okay. What about 8? At 7,750 we're bid. At 7,750 is the gentleman's bid right-handed now. 8. Quarter. At £8,000. In the middle of the room. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000, one more. At 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000 is the bid now at 8. Would you like to come in for a quarter online or anywhere else in the room? At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000. What about 8,2, sir? Go on. 8,2. 8,4 was next. At 8,200, gentleman's bid. At 8,002. Just press undo and then change it to the 2s. At 8,200. Undo again. At 8,200 with the gentleman here. At 8,002, I confused you by changing it. It's my fault. 8,200, your bid, sir. At 8,002, would anyone else like to come in for 8,4? At 8,000, 8,200 pound, gentleman's bid, online or anywhere else. 8,4. 8,4's bid. At 8,400. At 8,004, say 8,6 if anyone else wishes to bid now. At 8,400 pounds with the gentleman here. At 8,004. Online, there's a few of you hovering. Would you like to bid? At £8,400, we are bid now at 8,004. We'll count it down then. At £8,400, are we finished and done? Once. At 8,400 twice. Last chance in fair warning then at £8,400. That is very, very close. It's provisional. 325, £8,400. I think they're working on the phone call. I think you'll have an answer very soon. Moving on to lot number 131, 1966 in the year. Good year that was. Reliant Scimitar here. SE4 GT Coupe. Lovely one. Looks great in the red. We are going to go in at £10,000. Straight in. At 10,000, say 11. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. On the Reliant Scimitar here, the red one this time. At £10,000, say 11 if you're coming in. At 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10. At 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000. Would you like to go again? At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. Are we finished and done? We'll submit the bid, so make no mistake. Last chance in fair warning this time then at just 10,000 once, twice. Finished and done at £10,000. That is provisionally with you, a commission bidder at £10,000. We will see what we can do. 10,000 provisional to that bid there. Moving on, just before we move on, here's a couple of little updates. Lot number 123 sold away, and lot number 128 also sold away. And we are going on to lot number 132 next, 1931 in the year. It's this Elvis 12 over 60. It's the TK Beetleback. Lovely little Beetleback this one is. I'm going to start the bidding off at just £10,000. 10's bid. At 10,000 now. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10. Say 11 if you're coming in. At £10,000. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10. Are we finished and done? At just £10,000. Last chance in fair warning at 11's bid. 12's back to me. At 12,000, 13 bid. 13 back in on the phones. My commission interest is out now. Telephone bidder here at 13,000. At 13,000, 13,000. Would anyone else like to come in? At 13,000, 13,000, finished and done then. Last chance in fair warning this time and away with you on the phones. At 13,000 once. At 13,000 twice. Finished and done at £13,000. Make the phone call for you on the phones. Thank you very much. 13,000 to the telephone bidder. Moving on down we go to lot number 133, 2005 in a year, another Mini Cooper. It's the Mini Cooper S this time then. Where are we up to? Starting off, I'm straight in, 1,000, 12, so we'll go 1,250, 1,500, 1,500 we start. At £1,500, at 1,500, 1,500. At 1,500, 1,500 here on the Mini there. Is that two? 2,000's your bid. I'm going to have to go to 250. I need to see 2.5 next if we can. At 2,250's bid. At £2,250 the bid now, 2,250. Say 2.5 if you're coming in. At 2,000, 2,250 is the bid with me on the book here. At £2,250. Say 2.5 if you wish to go again. At 2,250, are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning then. At £2,250 with my commission interest once, twice, finished and done at £2,250. That's provisional with my commission interest there. That is a provisional bid. Moving on to lot number 134. Here's something a little bit different. 2009 in the year. It's the Renault Twingo. Look at this one. The Renault Sport 133. Performance orientated. Twingo with the Cup chassis as well. Oh, where are we up to? No reserve as well. It's going to sell today. I'm straight in at £500. At 500's bid. At 5, 600 bid now 6. At £600 the bid. Say 7 if anyone else wishes to come in. At 600, 600 gentlemen's bid here. At 600, 7's against you now. Online bid 700. 800 now. £800. At 800, 800 gentlemen's bid here. At £800, 9 if you're coming back in online. At £800 is the bid. At 800, 800, 800. Are we finishing done? Would anyone like 9? Last chance in fair warning is going to go. 9's bid back in. Thanking you. At £900. £1,000 is bid. Before you online at £1,000. Gentleman's bid here. At £1,000. Looking for you now. Would you like to come in for 11? At £1,000 is the bid. At 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. We'll count it down then at £1,000. Gentleman's bid here. At 1,000, 11's back in online. New bidder this time at 1,100. 12, 12's back in. At £1,200. Say 13 next. At 1,200, the bid. At 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. Online, it's your turn. Would you like to go again? At 1,200 once, twice. And we sell this time at £1,200. Sold your way, 3, 2, 1 at 1,200. 3, 2, 1, £1,200. Thanking you. Moving on to lot number 135, 1964, Bentley S3. Recent Netflix screen time as well, I believe. Have a good look at this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I love the two-tone blue on this. It looks absolutely gleaming there. Look at the paint job on it. Where are we going to go? 5,000's in, 6,000, 7, 8 bid. 8,000 with me. At £8,000, 9's bid, 10's bid. Need to see 11 next if we can. At £10,000. At 10,000, 11. 12's my bidder now. At 12,000, 13 if you're coming back in. At £12,000 is the bid. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. At £12,000 is the bid now at 12. At 12,000, 12,000, 12,000. 13, you're in and I'm out. At £13,000, Netflix Screen Star as well. At £13,000, I believe the program's yet to come out. At £13,000. At 13,000, we'll go in 500s now if we can. At 13,000, 13,000, 5 if anyone else wishes to bid here. At £13,000. At 13,000, 13,000. At £13,000 is the bid now at 13,000. Are we finished and done then at just 13? 500 if anyone else wishes to bid now. At £13,000 is the bid. Would anyone else like to come in at just £13,000 is going to go once at 13,000, 13,000. Twice at 13,000. Finished and done then. Last chance in fair warning with the online bid at £13,000. That is provisionally online, very close on that one at £13,000. And that is to bidder number 10552. Right then, moving on down the list, we go to lot number 136, Lotus Elan. And Lewis, what can you tell us about this beautiful car?
Oh, thank you very much, Tom. And the thing I'd like to start is the concept behind the Plus 2 is a bit of an interesting one, because we all kind of know if you're a car guy and you have one car, suddenly you have kids and you think, that's it, I've got to get a crossover. But Lotus thought maybe there's another path. So they took the standard Elan and then they made space in the back for 2 seats designed for 2 tiny little humans that could go in the back, and you could take the whole family out for a lovely drive. And this one, 1971 Elan Plus 2S, is absolutely lovely. Again, it's the one you want with the 5-speed manual gearbox. It's done 81,000 miles. And the Elan is a beautifully handling car. I remember I took a white one to Tatton Hall for a show once, and I had my friend in front of me in a Metro Turbo, I believe it was. And I had so much fun driving it through the kind of country lanes going to the show. You just feel everything in it. And it's definitely a memory that's kind of stuck with me. But this one, it was resprayed to red by a professional in 1982 for £1,400. Now, that may be cheap for paint now, but back then, that was a top-end job. It's in great condition inside and out. There's a couple of minor kind of paints, as you expect with these fiberglass shells, but a big thing is that the dash isn't cracked, which is a thing that happens quite often on these and one to look for. The engine's been overhauled and now benefits from new carburetors, a new clutch, new brakes, and a modern electric fuel pump, as well as a galvanized chassis. It was sold as the sports car for the whole family, and I think those kids that grew up enjoying going around country lanes sat in the back are now the people who very much want to have one for themselves, and I do not blame them in the slightest. Estimate of £13,000 to £15,000, but we'll hand back over to Tom. We'll see what it's going to go for.
And such a great stylish looking car it is. And 5,000 and 6,000's bid online. I'm going to go 7,000, 8,000, need to see 9 next. At £8,000 we start. At 8,000, 8,000 with my commission interest at the minute. At £8,000. At 8,000, 9. 10,000 back to me. At £10,000 with my commission bidder at the minute. At 10,000, 10,000. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now at 10. Say 500s from this point if you're coming back in. At £10,000 is the bid here with my commission interest at the minute at £10,000. Say 5 if you wish to come in. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. At £10,000 is the bid now 10. At 10,000, 10,000, 10,000. And 500s back in. Thank you online. I'm out now. You're in at 10,005. At 10,500 is bid. At 10,000, 10,500, the bid is with you online in Somerset at 10,005. At 10,000, 10,005, make it 11 if anyone else wishes to come in. At 10,500, are we finishing done here? At 10,000, 10,005. At 10,500 is the bid now 10,005. At 10,5, 10,5, 10,5, we will submit the bid today, so make no mistake. If anyone wishes to come in, now's your chance. At 10,005. At 10,000, 10,500 once. At 10,500 twice. Finishing done then at £10,500. Last chance in fair warning, 10,500. That is provisionally with you online at £10,500. And that is 3284, 3284. Provisional bid there. Pretty close on that one. I'm sure we'll be in touch as soon as possible with you online. Moving on, before we move on, lot number 130 is now sold away. Moving down to lot number 137, 1967 in the year. Jaguar S-Type 3.4 manual with the overdrive. This one looks lovely indeed there. And we're going to go straight in with my commission interest at 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 5, £8,000 we start. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, say 5 next. At £8,000 with the bid here with me. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, say 5 if you're coming in. On the Jag here. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Would anyone like to come in for one more? At £8,000 is the bid now at 8. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. You're thinking about it now online. Would you like to jump in for a bid? At £8,000, it's here with me then. At 8,000, I'll tell you what, I'll take 250 if it helps you out. You're thinking about it online. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. At £8,000 is the bid now at 8. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning. If you're coming in online, it's now or never at 8,000, once, twice, finished and done at £8,000. That's provisional again at £8,000, and that is to that bidder that left that bidder, £8,000. Thank you very much. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 138, 1992 in the year. It's the Nissan 300 ZX, known in Japan as the Fair Lady. Love this car indeed. And I'm going to go straight in with your bid in Coventry. It's with you at 1,000. I'm going to go 1,500. At 1,500, take it to 2 if you wish. At 1,500 is bid. 2,000, gentleman's bid. 2,500, 3,000 with me. Say fives again. At £3,000. 535, gentleman's back in. I'm out now. Gentleman's bid here at 3,005. Online, would you like 4? At 3,005. At 3,000, 3,005. I'll tell you what, we'll take the quarters. At 3,500 is the bid now. 3,005. Left-handed 3,750s back in online. At 3,750 we're bid. At 3,750. 4,000 pounds. Gentleman's bid back in now at 4,000. Make it 250 again if you wish to go again online. At 4,000 pounds. At 4,000, 4,000 on the Fair Lady here. Look at it there. At 4,000 pounds. Are we finished and done? Would anyone else like to come in? At just 4,000 pounds. Left-handed here with you, sir. At 4,000 pounds. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. Last chance in fair warning, this time and away. At 4,000 once. 4,250 sneaking back in. At 4,250. At 4,250, 4,250. At 4,250 is bid. At 4,250. I'll tell you what, sir. I'll take 4,300 and then we'll go in hundreds. 4,300, gentleman's bid back in. 4,400 if the online bidder wishes to come back in. At 4,003. At 4,000, 4,300, left-handed, gentleman's bid. At 4,003. 4,400 if you're coming back in now online. At 4,003. Or anyone else in the room like to have a bid here. At 4,300, left-handed then once. Twice. Finishing done then at 4,300. We'll have to make the phone call, sir. What's your paddle number again? 326. Thank you very much. 326. Sold for not sold, provisionally for £4,300, making the phone call. And lot number 139, 1952 in the year, MGT Mark II. Works competition model, nice looking MG there. Start me off, anyone interested? I'm in straight away at 5.5, 6. £6,000, say 6,500 next. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. At £6,000 we start. At 6,000 is the bid now at 6. At 6,000, 6,000. At £6,000 is the bid here at 6. Would anyone else like to come in now at £6,000? Take in 5 if you do. At £6,000 is the bid here at 6. At 6,000, 6,000, 6,000. 6,500, 7,000, 7,000 bid. At 7,000, 7,005 if you wish to go again. At £7,000 is the bid now at 7. At 7,000, 7,000. I'll tell you what, I'll take the quarter now at £7,000. The bid is on the book with me at £7,000. Take 250 if you wish to come back in. At 7,000, 7,000, 7,000. Are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance in fair warning then at £7,000 once. Twice. Finished and done then at £7,000. That is provisionally with my bidder there at £7,000. We will see what we can do. 7,000 provisional bid, commission bidder, that one. Thank you very much. Moving on to lot number 140, 1966. Next up, Jaguar Mark II, a timeless classic there. The red one. This one looks gorgeous there in the red. You're in online, 1,000. I'm going to go 12 and 1,400 if we can. At £1,400. At 1,400, 1,400. Say 16 if you wish to go again. 16's bid. 18 back to me. 2,000. I'm going to have to go 2,2, 2,4, and I'll take 2,6. 2,6 is your bid. I'm out. At 2,006. Gentleman's bid here. 2,8's next if anyone else wishes to come in. At 2,006. At 2,000, 2,600 on the Mark II Jag. At 2,006. Would anyone else like to go 2,800? You're thinking about it now at £2,600. Gentleman's bid here at just 2,600. Are we finished and done? It's your last chance in fair warning, this time and away at 2,600 once. At 2,600 twice. Finishing done at £2,600. It's your bid, sir. 318, 2006. Have to make the phone call. £2,600. That is a provisional bid. Right, moving on to lot number 141. Lot number 141, another lovely little mini in today's sale. This one is the Clubman Cooper D, Hampton Low Owner, Handsome Hampton Edition. That's a mouthful. With service history as well. Going to go straight in at 1,000, 15, 2,000, £2,000 we start. Say 2,500 next. At £2,000 is the bid now at 2. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. On the Clubman this time, I hear at £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Are we finishing done then? Last chance in fair warning. Would anyone else like to come in? I'll take 2,250 if it helps you out. My commission interest at the minute at just £2,000. At 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. At £2,000 is the bid. You're thinking about it now online. At £2,000. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning then. We'll submit the bid once, twice, finishing done at 2,000. That is a provisional bid there at £2,000 to the commission bidder who left that one. Moving down we go to lot number 142, 2004 in the year, Mercedes-Benz SL500, premium hardtop convertible, smooth V8 as well, and I'm going to go straight in. You're bidding away at 2, 3. I'm going to have to flip that one. No, we'll go with it. 3,000's bid. £3,000. We'll say 3,500 next if anyone else wishes to jump in here at just £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000 with the online bid. At £3,000. Go 3,500 if you're coming in. At £3,000. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. I'll tell you what, we'll take the 250. Shouldn't need to, but there was a lot of bidders there kicking it off then. At £3,000. Go 250, one more. 3,250 is that bid. 3,250, you're in. At 3,250. Next bid's 3,500 if you wish to bid again. At £3,250, we are bid. At 3,250, 3,250. At 3,250 is the bid now at 3,250. Would you like to come back in for one more? Or anyone else in the room? At 3,500, thanking you. At £3,500, your bid online bidder. At 3,500. Say 3,750 next. At 3,000, 3,500. At 3,500 is the bid now at 3,500. Are we finished? Are we done? It's your last chance in fair warning. The bid's here online. I'll tell you what, we shouldn't need to, but we're nearly there. Let's go in hundreds. 3,600 if you wish to go again. At 3,500. Not many lots left. At 3,500. Would anyone like to go 3,600? Make it nice and quick if you do. At 3,000, 3,500. Are we finished? Are we done? The bid is online with you at 3,500 once. At 3,500 twice. Finishing done then. Last chance. Fair warning at £3,500. That is your bid online with you. 739, £3,500 provisional. Moving down the list, we go to lot number 143, 2001 in the year, Jaguar XKR. It's the 4-litre coupe Jaguar V8 heritage model as well. Look at that one. Looks great indeed. Little money these are now. I'm going to go straight in at £2,000. At 2,000, 2,200, 2,400, 2,400. Take 2,600 next. At 2,400, we're bid on the Jag. At 2,004. Just undo it back one. At 2,004. 2,600 if you're coming in. At 2,000, 2,004. At 2,400 is the bid now at 2,004. Would anyone else like to come in for 2,600? At 2,000, 2,004, are we finished here? At 2,000, 2,400. Last chance in fair warning then. XKR 4-litre here at just 2,400 with my commission interest. We'll count it down. Once at 2,004. Twice. Finishing done then at £2,400. Make no mistake at 2,004. That's my commission interest bidder there at £2,400 provisionally. Moving on down we go to lot number 144, 2002 in a year, BMW M3. Look at this one. Early 2000s M Performance as well with the SMG. There we go. I'm going to go straight in at 1,000, 2,000, 3's bid. At 3,000 now. At 3,000, 3,000, 3,000. 4's bid. 4,000, 4,500, 5,000. Go 5,500 next. At 5,000, say 5. Coming in for another one. At £5,000 is the bid now at 5. At 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. At £5,000, would you like 5? 5,500. 6,000. At £6,000. Say 5 again. 6,500. At 6,500. My interest is out. It's with the online bidder now at 6,500. At 6,000, 6,500, the bid is here online at £6,500. Would anyone like to go 7? At 6,500. Are we finished? Are we done? Last chance in fair warning this time and away then at 6,500 with the online bid once. 6,500 with the online bid then twice. Finished and done at 6,500. 7,000 Hampshire bidder. Leave it later next time. Your bid now though at £7,000 at thanking you online at £7,000. At 7,000, 7,000. Underbidder, would you like to go 7,500? Yes, please, they say. Straight back in. Thanking you online at 7,500. Take it to 8 if you're coming back in now. At 7,500. At 7,000, 7,500 is the bid. At 7,500. I'll tell you what, we'll make it a little bit easier for you. We'll take the quarter now at 7,500. Make it 7,750 if you wish to go again. At 7,500. At 7,000, 7,500, 7,750, you're back in. Thanking you, online bidder. It's with you now. At 7,750 is the bid. Take it to 8 if you wish to go again. 8 bid. Thanking you at £8,000. 2 bidders online. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Lovely 2002 BMW M3 at £8,000 is your bid at the minute in Cheshire. At £8,000. At 8,000, 8,000, 8,000. Underbidder, would you like to go again? At 8,000 once. The bid is here online, so make no mistake. At £8,000 twice. Finished and done then. Last chance in fair warning at £8,000. That is provisionally with you online at £8,000. Moving on down we go. 2 left to go, ladies and gentlemen. This one here, we got a bike and then a car as well. So your last 2-wheeled ride home is this 1963 BSA Bantam D7 Super. Lovely looking bike, again to be sold with no reserves. I've got a few commission bids going down my list, not of a lot, but we're going to go 5 and 600 we start. 600, say 7 next. At £600 is the bid. 7 at the back, I'm out already. Your bid, sir. At £700. Gentleman's bid at the back of the floor. At £700 is bid. Take 8 if anyone else wishes to come in. At 8's bid. 800 now down front. At £800 is the bid now at 8. Would you like 9, sir? 850, you're making me work today, but 850, okay. At 850, 850, 850. At 850, would you like 9, sir? At 850 at the back then. At £850 is the bid now at 850. Hammers up, no reserve, to be sold. At 850, we'll count it down. At 850, the bid then once online. At 850, the bid then twice. Finished and done. We sell this time and away it goes. At £850. Sold. Thank you very much, sir. 303, 850. Right then, the last car this time then, lot number 146 is the 2007. It's the Mercedes ML420. I love an ML series. This one looks great. Newly in as well. I'm going to go straight in at 2, 2.5, £3,000 we start. Lovely little M&L here at £3,000. Can't get me words out. At 3,000 bid. At 3,000, 3,000. We'll take quarters on this one. Would you like? There we go. 3,250's bid. 3,500 if anyone's coming back in. At 3,250, gentleman's bid here. At 3,000, 3,250, we are bid. At 3,250, 3,250. Would anyone like 3,500? At 3,250, 3,250, 3,250. At 3,200, 3.5. Okay, 3,500. 3,500's bid. On the phones now. At 3,005. Would you like 3,750, sir? Shakes the head. With you on the telephone at 3,005. At 3,000, 3,005, we're on the phones now at 3,005. 3,750, is that a new bidder? New bidder's in at 3,750. In Aberdeenshire, welcome to you at 3,750. The bid is here at 3,750. 4? 4 on the phone. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. At £4,000 is the bid now at 4. At 4,000, 4,000, 4,000s, we're on the phone now. 4,250. Aberdeenshire, you're back in now at 4,250 is the bid. 4,500. 4,500. Telephone says yes, please. At 4,500. You just realized how much of a bargain it is. At 4,500. At 4,000, 4,500 on the ML here. And on sale at 4,500. I'll tell you what, because we're on sale, last ride home, we'll go 4,600 next. At 4,500. It's here to go. At 4,000, 4,500. 4,600 is in. At 4,600. Take 7 now. At 4,006, 4,700, 4,700 telephone bidder at 4,007. The hammer's in hand at 4,007. It's gonna go today at 4,700. Take 8 if you're coming back in. Make it nice and quick in Aberdeenshire. If you're coming back in for one more at 4,007, 4,800 bid at 4,008. We sell today at 4,000, 4,800 pounds is the bid now at 4,800. 4,900 back in at 4,009. Make it 5 if you wish to go again online at 4,009. At 4,000, 4,900 is the bid now at 4,009. Last chance, fair warning, hammers up. Once, twice, finished and done. We sell this time on the telephone at £4,900. Sold on the phones. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming today. Thank you very much for joining on YouTube and on our website on www.manorparkclassics.com. Our next auction is the 13th and 14th of February up north. We got a lovely selection of bikes going under the hammer on the 13th. I think we're up to about 120. Some lovely cars coming in. Make your Valentine's Day very special. On the 14th of February, there is some beautiful cars coming up in that auction. Have a good look online. I've been following the sale. Cars coming in for this next one as well. Let's just make a point of this, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. A Ferrari Testarossa will be in our next sale. Thank you very much for joining us. Goodbye and see you on the 13th of February.